A little fun bonus is that you can also color code this. Instead of using circles and X's, you can use colors. So I'm going to add some colors. In fact, my girly, can you hand me two very different colors? They can be any color you like.
Oh, thanks. I have all kinds of colors in here.
Part 2 of the Buyfrost method is U, undeniable. Look for patterns. Circle the ideas that are undeniably going to be a part of your event and cross out the ideas that aren't a good fit right now. Note that not every idea needs to be categorized. You can leave some unmarked. All right, so let's dig into doing this with this example mind map. Again, if you are listening on a podcast app and you want to see what we're actually talking about, if you're not familiar with mind mapping, if what I'm saying doesn't make sense and you need that visual, check us out on YouTube and you'll be able to see what I'm actually talking about throughout the course of this lesson, throughout the course of this exploration. So we have our mind map. We've expanded it to the utter reaches. In fact, the one that you're seeing here on the screen is not very in-depth. I would expect you to have a much more in-depth mind map, maybe even multiple mind maps like I talked about last time. One with virtual event at the center, one with maybe marketing at the center. You might come back to this and use this mind map tool later on in other processes. But for now, we're going to work with what is in front of us. The key word here is undeniable. So we want to figure out what is undeniably going to be a part of this virtual event that you are planning. Let's take the tack that we are creating a virtual event that is about connecting people and connecting speakers. So we know right away that speakers is going to be one of those things that is circled. I see it here too, multiple speakers. I want connection to be a part of this event for sure. Networking. Co-working is kind of a maybe since it's not an undeniable yes. I'm not going to circle it right now. Zoom, Facebook group, I don't know. I think I want to research alternate platforms, but it is definitely going to be online here. And I think it's important to me that it be free, maybe free to paid, like maybe we have a VIP upgrade. Multiple days. I think I want multiple days. That feels right to me. And that's something that I want to note here is go with what feels right. You shouldn't need to defend your answers. We want to do this without judgment here. This step is a go with your gut type of practice. And the reason I say practice is because throughout the course of designing an event and putting it on and coordinating all of the moving pieces, there are going to be a ton. One of my friends said thousands of decisions that go into making an event work, especially work the way that you want to, but even just be minimum viable, you have thousands of decisions that you're going to be making. Some of those decisions you can take some time on. Like right now, you're in this decision-making phase where you're coming up with ideas, you can sleep on them. There's some time that you can give yourself to actually explore them. However, there's going to be times, especially maybe even when you're live running the event, that something's going to come up that you didn't expect and you're going to have to make a decision on the fly. Now is your opportunity to practice and exercise that decision-making muscle to go with your gut and know where you want to be headed. Make those decisions based on your gut and your intuition, and don't worry about defending them, giving yourself or anyone else a reason. I'm illustrating some reasons so that you can kind of see my thought process, but notice how much of a flow it is. It's going with my gut. It's going, I don't think I really want to use Zoom. Another platform feels right to me right now. Maybe then I go research that other platform or those other platforms. That becomes overwhelming and I decide to just come back and do what's familiar with Zoom or a Facebook group or another platform that I've used myself. these are the kinds of things that you want to keep in mind while you are going over this mind map and drawing these circles. Make sure that they are undeniable yeses, that in your gut immediately your whole being reaches out and goes, yes, this is going to be a part of my event. So let's go over and you can check in with each of these. As you've seen, I've been jumping around the page and grabbing the ones that really jump out to me, but I can just go through and make a check. Oh yes, engaging is a key word. I want aspects of it to be live. And right now I'm kind of jumping back into brainstorm, live versus pre-recorded. So I can write down pre-recorded right here just to get it out of my head so I stop thinking about it, kind of ease into that brainstorm phase and then come right back to undeniable. Something being pre-recorded is not an undeniable yes for me, so I'm not going to circle it. And just looking at these other things, I think I'm pretty set. These are the things I absolutely know, no matter what, these are going to be a part of my event. Now, there's a flip side to this. We also want to mark down those undeniable no's. Those things that are undeniably not going to be a part of your event. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, that this is just not right. Or you know in your gut, maybe you have your doubts in your mind, but you know in your gut, this just doesn't resonate. So for me, that's Zoom. So I'm going to draw an X. Now, as you see, if you're looking at this visually and not just listening into this podcast episode, I've drawn a simple X. I can still read the word Zoom. I'm not scribbling it out or anything like that. And part of this is because I am marking the things that don't resonate with me in general, like Zoom. Most events, I'm just not going to run on Zoom because that's a me thing. And I know in my gut that that is not the type of event that I want to run. However, there might be something like right now, I'm going to draw an X over challenge. I know for sure that that is not going to be a part of this multi-speaker, connection-based networking type of event. I'm not going to do a free challenge. I just know that. That doesn't make it a bad idea. It just means that I know that it's not going to be a part of the event that I'm planning right now. That's one of the reasons that I draw a simple X and don't scribble anything out, is because these are not bad ideas. They're just ideas that don't fit right now. So maybe I'll even come back to this to plan a future event and take one of these X's, make that the center of my brainstorm, and brainstorm a way that I can actually use that as a center and design a completely different type of event. So keep that in mind as you draw these X's. These are not bad ideas. They're just the ones that don't fit right now. So for example, over here, I've got some seasons. I've got summer, and I know that I don't want to do it in summer because I have enough parents in my community that I don't want them to worry about their kids being out of school and wanting to spend time with them and vacation. So I'm drawing these X's here to mark that summertime is just not going to be a good time of year to host this event. I want to keep that in mind for my speakers as well. A lot of my speakers have kids and may not be available for a networking event in the summertime. So again, I'm giving reasons, but think about these reasons as a flow, not as a defense. Okay, let's see. Co-working, it's a maybe. Guided with prompts, long or short, chat distracting. I'm not really sure about these things yet, and that's okay. So I can just leave them unmarked, unsorted. I know that I don't just want to do a straight paid event, and I certainly don't want to do a solo event. Multiple days, therefore 1 day is out, so that's crossed out. Again, I might do a 1 day challenge at some point, and those are not bad ideas. 1 day is not a bad idea, challenge is not a bad idea, but it doesn't fit right now. I don't want to do it in a Facebook group, and it's for this reason that I wrote down. It's a distraction. I don't want to do a boring Zoom. I circled live, even though it can be uncomfortable and camera shy, because I know in my gut that the engaging aspect of being truly live is important to me for this kind of networking and connection event. So I'm able to overcome the uncomfortable and the camera shy. I can make an X because I know that those do not have to be a part of this event that I'm planning. So I think I've pretty much covered the mind map in front of me. Take some time to go through the mind maps that you have created. and find those undeniable yeses as well as the undeniable nos, because marking these out are going to be laying the groundwork for this next step. And these first 3 steps, B, U, and Y of Buyfrost, these are the 3 steps that are going to lay the foundation for the rest of your event and make the rest of the event planning way more streamlined and way easier than any other event that you've probably planned in the past. So, one final kind of bonus tip for you here. Right now, I've just been using straight black pen. I've been circling things, I've been crossing things out, but something fun, a little fun bonus, is that you can also color code this. Instead of using circles and X's, you can use colors. So I'm going to add some colors. In fact, my girly, can you hand me 2 very different colors? They can be any color you like.
Oh, thanks. I have all kinds of colors in here.
Okay,
especially ones that I like.
Perfect. Give me 2.
Okay. I also want to be allowed to kind of watch you with the color code.
You can do that.
All right. I'll give you pencils, crayons, or markers.
Crayons.
Okay. Because the pencils have the most. All right?
Okay.
So I'm just going to open up my crayon box. And I think I'm going to give you a blue. A blue, and I hope I can find black somewhere.
Let's pick a lighter color than black so that we can still read the words that I'm going to be coloring over.
Okay. Actually, no. These 2 fit well together.
Excellent. So we've got yellow and orange. Which one is for the yeses and which one is for the nos?
Oh, I didn't really think about that.
That's fine. I can choose if you don't want to.
No, I just need to get an actual good fit for yeses and nos.
Well, that's okay. We don't actually need a super good fit because they're not bad ideas and good ideas, right? They're all good ideas.
Yeah.
So
orange is close to red, so orange for bad ideas. These are for good ideas.
Okay, remember they're not good and bad ideas, right?
Uh-huh.
They're all probably sort of good ideas, at least somewhat. So the yellow is for yeses, and the orange is for nos.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take the yellow and highlight all of these circled things that are things that I know are going to be a part of my event.
Why highlighting?
We'll see in the next episode.
I just want you to tell me.
There you go. And now orange is going to be for those things, highlighting the things that aren't for this event, but might be for another event sometime.
Hey, did you
or might not.
Pen.
So now I can see at a glance my undeniable yeses and my undeniable nos, and it can help me to start seeing patterns. Again, you can see the pattern that we've seen developing with speakers and connection, and that leads to things like live and engaging, and all of these things are associated. You start to see a pattern, and this pattern is going to help you make future decisions. But we'll get more into that in the next episode.